art the midwife to my if we should prevail.
Now are once more unto the breach, dear friends, once more. All you sage counsellors hence, now are we resolved. Once
My gracious lord,
now are we
sleep is sound.
France being ours, we will bend it to our
Once more to the breach, dear friends, once more.
Why doth the crown lie there upon his pillow?
God, in thy good cause, make thee prosperous.
My gracious lord, this useless
Then time, old John of Gaunt, time-honoured Lancaster.
My gracious lord, this
all you sage counsellors hence.
Once more to the breach,
Now
dear
are we
friends,
resolved.
once more.
France being ours, we'll bend it to our horns, we'll bend it to our
Once more unto the breach, dear friends, once more.
Henry V, too famous to live long. England there lost a king of so much worth.
England there had a king until his time. His deeds exceed all speech.
He was a king, blessed of the King of Kings. I dare his son to do better.
Suffolk, say not so. The son is young. Time will honour him. Do not speak so low.
You do well to speak with civility, Suffolk.
Do not speak to me. You are not one of the keepers of this realm.
I am York, braggart.
Were York. You were York. Your family is traitor-born.
Do not speak of my family so.
Lords, I am protector of the boy prince. There will be no civil broils here. Away. Away, I say. Now will I to the tower with all the haste I can, for England is torn. There will I proclaim the young Henry King. Henry the Sixth, long may he reign.
Kind keeper of my weak decaying age, let dying Mortimer here rest himself. Oh. Is that my loving nephew, Richard Plantagenet?
Aye, noble uncle.
What news? Henry is dead. The warrior king. Dead. England never knew the like. 'Tis time now for you to know what could not be known until now. Henry IV, father to this now dead king, was a usurper. I was next to be king by birth and parentage. Robbed was I. And you are my son, my heir, and the rightful king of England. And so, farewell. Fair be all thy hopes, whether thy life be in peace or at war. Here dies the dusky tortured Mortimer, choked with ambition. I, king? I do not relish the thought. Yet I am wounded by those bitter injuries which Suffolk have offered to my house. I must to Parliament, there to be restored to my blood and made York again, or I'll tear this kingdom apart. Great lords and gentlemen, we are the men of England, and of late a quarrel has been between us. Let us put our grievances aside at the dawn of a new king.
Your house is great, and so is mine. We cannot so easily put aside old arguments. My Lord of Warwick, you are best suited to parley between us.
I have perhaps some shallow spirit of judgment, yet I see no resolution that satisfies you both.
But since you are tongue-tied and so loath to speak, let him that is a true-born gentleman stand upon the honour of his birth. And from off this briar, a white rose with me.
Let him that is no coward, nor no flatterer be, pluck a red rose from off this thorn with me.
Stay, lords and gentlemen, pluck no more. I love no colours, yet must I decide. I pluck this white rose for Plantagenet and the line of York.
Prick not thy finger as thy pluck it off, lest bleeding you do paint the white rose red, and fall upon my side against thy will. Well, I'll find friends to wear my bleeding roses, who'll maintain what I have said is true, that the only lineage York possesses is that of a traitor.
Now, by God's will, thou have wronced him, Suffolk. This flat perjury cannot be endured.
I will maintain my words. Was not thy father Mortimer the traitor to this king?
My father was condemned to die for treason, but no traitor, and that I'll prove.
Go forward and be choked on thy ambition. And so farewell, until I meet thee next.
Fear not, York. This blot on your house will be wiped out in the next Parliament. Meantime, in signal of my love to thee, against proud Suffolk, I wear this rose. And here I prophesy. This brawl today shall send between the red rose and the white 1,000 souls to death and deadly night.
save King Henry, the sixth of that name.
God save the King!
Heavy is the crown that sits on my head. My kingdom cracks. I see it on my subjects' clothes, a red rose, a white rose. But come hither, you that would be combatants. Henceforth, I charge you, as you do love our favour, quite to forget this quarrel. I see no reason if I should wear this rose, that anyone should think I'd be more inclined to Suffolk than York. Both are my kinsmen, and I love them both. Oh, what a scandal it is to our crown that two such noble peers as ye should jar. Now we charge you, on allegiance to ourself and to keep the peace, settle this affair. Pray, Uncle Gloucester, mitigate this strife.
What say you, Warwick? You have a mind's eye to see into the souls of men.
My lord, I would not speak so highly of myself, but I would ask you to accept this scroll, most gracious Majesty, which, in the light of Richard Plantagenet, we do exhibit to your Majesty.
Well urged, my lord of Warwick.
It is our pleasure that Richard be restored to his blood. He is York, and all that has been before is forgotten.
My lord!
Speak not yet, my lord of Suffolk. Kneel then, York, and set thy knee against my foot. Rise, Richard, like a true Plantagenet. Here we create thee the princely Duke of York.
Welcome, High Prince, the mighty Duke of York.
Perish, base prince, ignoble Duke of York.
Now would it best avail your majesty to cross the seas and to be crowned in France.
When Gloucester says the word, King Henry goes. For a friendly counsel cuts off many foes.
My lord of York, methought the king did play the orator prettily.
Indeed he did. And yet I like it not enough he wears the badge of Suffolk.
Ha! That is but his fancy, blame him not.
My Lord Warwick, a king can ill afford to take sides.
My lord, a marriage with a daughter of France would secure the crown.
Marriage, uncle. Alas, my years are too tender.
A king cannot wait for his youth to wane. The noblest houses of France await you. You must but choose.
So call them in. As you please, so let them have their answer, every one. I shall be well content with any choice.
Oh, fairest beauty, do not fear nor fly, for I shall touch thee but with reverent hands and lay them gently on thy tender side. Who are you? Say, that I might honour thee.
Margaret, my name, and daughter to a king, the King of Naples. Whosewhere art thou?
An earl am I, and Suffolk am I called.
Say, Earl of Suffolk, if thy name be so, what ransom must I pay before I pass? For I perceive I am thy prisoner. Why speakst thou not? What ransom must I pay?
She is beautiful, and therefore to be wooed. She is a woman, and therefore
to be won. Wilt thou accept any ransom? Yea or no?
Madam, I have a secret.
I'll have no secrets here.
Madam, I can make thee Henry's queen, to put a golden sceptre in thy hand, and set a precious crown upon thy head.
My lord, what power you must have.
Oh, madam, I can make thee queen. If thou wilt consent to be my...
What?
my love.
Love you. Marry a king and love an earl. I must be in England.
How say ye, madam? Are ye so content?
Farewell, my lord. Good wishes, praise, and prayer shall Suffolk ever have of Margaret.
Farewell, madam. But hark ye, Margaret. No princely commendation for my king, no loving token for his majesty.
Yes, my good lord. A pure, unspotted heart, never yet tainted with love, I send the king.
A woman! Such a woman! And my way to the crown, too.
Your wondrous rare description, noble Earl, of beauteous Margaret hath astonished me.
Oh, tush, my good lord, this superficial tale is but a preface to her worthy praise. Margaret is happy to be at your command, to love and honour Henry as her lord.
My lord protector, give consent that Margaret may be England's royal queen.
My lord, other ladies of esteem await your pleasure. The daughter of Armagnac, the daughter
The
of...
king's eyes have laid on Margaret.
My lord Suffolk, it may not be your
The
place...
king's eyes have laid on Margaret. Her father is a king, the king of Naples and Jerusalem, and with such great authority in France that his alliance would help keep our peace and keep the Frenchmen in allegiance.
As would the Earl of Armagnac so do.
Whom should we match with Henry, being a king, than Margaret, who is daughter to a king? Her peerless feature, matched with her birth, makes her fit but none but for a king. Margaret shall be queen, and none but she.
But I am king. Gloucester, Lady Margaret will be crowned King Henry's faithful and anointed queen.
Yes, my lord.
Thus Suffolk hath prevailed, and thus he goes. Margaret shall be queen and rule the king, and I shall rule her, the king, and the realm.
my court. My lords, with one cheerful voice, welcome my love.
Long live Queen Margaret, England's happiness.
We thank you all.
My Lord Protector, so please your grace. Here are the articles of contracted peace between our sovereign and the French.
It is agreed between the French King Charles and the Marquis of Suffolk, ambassador to Henry, King of England, that the said Henry shall marry the Lady Margaret, daughter unto the King of Naples, and shall crown her Queen of England. Item, that the duchies of Anjou and the counties of Maine shall be released.
What? Uncle, how now?
Pardon me, gracious lord. Some sudden qualm hath struck me at the heart.
Uncle, I pray, read on.
It is further agreed between them that the duchies of Anjou and Maine shall be released and given over to the King of France.
No! My lords, my lords! This pleases us well. Kneel then, Lord Marquis. Here I do create the first Duke of Suffolk, and honour thee. Cousin of York, we here discharge your grace from being regent in France.
My lord?
We thank thee for all the great favour done, but Suffolk here will unburden you of that. Come, in princely entertainment to my queen, let us in, and with all speed provide all to see her coronation be performed.
Brave peers of England, Anjou and Maine delivered up? Would great Henry V's conquests be so easily forgot? Shameful is this deal. Fatal is this marriage. Suffolk, this newly appointed duke that rules the roost, hath given Anjou and Maine away.
Anjou and Maine? Myself did win them both. The cities I got with wounds delivered up again with peaceful words.
I prophesy France will be lost ere long.
Well, there goes our protector in a rage. Anjou and Maine are given away, so York must sit and fret and bite his tongue, while his own lands are bargained for and sold! York, be still a while, till time do serve. Then will I raise aloft the milk-ripe rose with whose sweet smell the air shall be perfumed, and in my standard bear the arms of York to grapple with the house of Lancaster. And, force perforce, I'll make him yield the crown whose bookish rule hath pulled fair England down.
Madam, be patient.
Patient? Besides the haughty protector who meddles in all affairs, have we grumbling York? I have not been in England a week, and already I have the measure of these English. York seeks the kingship for himself.
Madam, I am bold to counsel you in this. We must bring Gloucester into disgrace. As for the Duke of York, a greater danger shall I set for him, and one by one we'll weed them out at last, and you yourself shall steer the happy helm.
For my part, noble lords, I care not which. Regency in France is but a trifle. Suffolk or York, all's one to me.
If I have ill-demeaned myself in
My
France,
king,
my lord,
York is worthy. Why for will thou take his honour from him?
Because the king, forsooth, will have it so.
Madam, the king is old enough himself to give censure. These are no women's matters.
If he be old enough, what needs your grace to be protector of his excellence?
Madam, I am protector of the realm, and at his pleasure will resign my place.
Resign it then!
Give me my fan. What minion can he not?
Oh, sweet lady! My lord, this act was against her will.
My lord, I shall take it as you say. But as to the matter we have in hand, I say, my sovereign, York is the man to be your regent over the French.
But before we make election, give me leave to show some reason why York is not fit for France.
What flat treachery is this?
Oh, peace, headstrong Warwick.
Ah, prideful Suffolk, why should I hold my peace?
Oh, because here stands a man accused of treason. Pray God the Duke of York excuse himself.
Ah!
What meanst thou, Suffolk? Tell me, what are these?
So please your grace, this letter doth accuse York of high treason. His words were these, that he, Richard, the Duke of York, is the rightful heir to the English crown, and your majesty is a usurper.
Cousin of York, were these thy words? Written in your hand? Uncle, what shall we say to this?
Because in York this breeds suspicion, let Suffolk be your regent over the French, and let these two have their day appointed them for single combat. This is the law, and this Gloucester's doom.
I humbly thank your majesty.
and I accept the combat willingly.
Away with him to house arrest, and the day of combat.
Where was Gloucester with his majesty? His ambition knows no bounds.
Fear not, my love. A winged messenger comes hence to unravel all for our dear Gloucester.
How now? What tidings are here?
Such as my heart doth tremble to unfold. News of Lady Eleanor, the Protector's wife.
My wife? What speak you of my wife?
She has practised dangerously against your state, dealing with witches and with conjurers, raising up wicked spirits from underground and demanding the death of King Henry.
Gloucester? See here, your wife wishes me dead.
My lord, I do but love my king. As to my wife, I know not how it stands. Sorry I am to hear what I have heard. Noble she is, But if she hath forgot honour and virtue, I banish her from my bed and company.
Tomorrow toward London shall we thither, to look into this business thoroughly and call these foul offenders to answer.
Now, my good Lord Warwick, do you believe in craving your opinion of my title to England's crown?
Sweet York, begin. And if thy claim be good, Warwick is thy subject to command.
Edward III, my lord, had 7 sons. The eldest, Edward the Black Prince, Prince of Wales, died before his father and left behind him Richard, his only son, who reigned as king. Till Henry Bolingbroke, Duke of Lancaster, eldest son and heir of John of Gaunt, seized upon the realm and deposed the rightful king,
Thus got the House of Lancaster the crown.
which now they hold by force and not by right. Now, the third son, the Duke of Clarence, from whose line I claim the throne, had issue Philippa, a daughter, who married Edmund Mortimer, Earl of March. Through him, I claim the kingdom. I am king.
What can be more plain than this? Henry doth claim the crown through John of Gaunt, the 4th son. York claims it from the 3rd. Long live our sovereign, Richard, England's king.
We thank you. But I'll not be king until I be crowned and my sword be stained with the heart blood of the House of Lancaster.
My heart assures me that the Earl of Warwick shall one day make the Duke of York a king.
And Richard shall live to make the Earl of Warwick the greatest man in England, but the king.
Stand forth, Dame Eleanor Cobham, Gloucester's wife. In sight of God and us, your guilt is great. Receive the full sentence of the law for your sins. You will be put to the sword.
Eleanor, the law thou seest hath judged thee. I cannot justify whom the law condemns.
Come you, my lord, to see my open shame. O husband, can I bear this shameful yoke? Sometime I'll say, I am Duke Humphrey's wife, and he a prince and ruler of this land.
Eleanor, the law.
Yet stood he by, whilst I his forlorn duchess was made a wonder and a quitting stock. Stir at nothing till the axe of death hang over thee, as shortly will.
My now, I take my leave.
What? Gone, my lord? And I thought you protector.
Witness my tears. I cannot stay and speak. Mine eyes are full of tears, mine heart of grief. I beseech your majesty, give me leave to go.
Humphrey, Duke of Gloucester, ere thou go, give up thy staff. Henry will to himself protect thee. I see no reason why a king of years should be protected like a child. God and King Henry govern England's realm. Give up thy staff, sir, and return the king his will.
My staff. Noble Henry, here is my staff.
Margaret speaks well on this matter. I have no wish to intercede.
Farewell, good king. When I am dead and gone, may honourable peace
attend thy throne. Why now is Henry king, and Margaret is queen?
Amused my Lord of Gloucester is not come. 'Tis not his wont to be the hindmost man. Whatever occasion keeps him from us now?
Can you not see the strangeness of his altered countenance? He knits his brow and shows an angry eye. Remember, you sentenced his wife to death.
My sovereign, Gloucester is a man full of deep deceit. His wife, a witch, and he none better.
No, our kinsman Gloucester is innocent. The Duke is virtuous, too mild to seek my downfall.
Is he a lamb? His skin is surely lent him, for underneath is he not the ravenous wolf? I am innocent in the ways of the world, my king, and yet Gloucester did seek to persuade me against you.
Do what your wisdom seemeth best. Do or undo as if ourself were here.
What, will your highness leave the parliament?
Aye, Margaret. My heart is drowned with grief. Who's a traitor? Gloucester, he is none.
This Gloucester should be quickly dispatched.
I will deal with him. Henceforth, he will trouble us no more.
Very good.
My Lord of Suffolk, we have dispatched the Duke, as you commanded. With the Lord, he's dead.
Why, that's well said. I'll go get thee to my house. I shall reward you for this deed. The king and all his peers are here at hand. Have you laid fair all things according as I gave direction?
We have, my good lord.
Away! Be gone!
Go, call our kinsman Gloucester to our presence straight, saying we intend to profess his innocence henceforth.
Your Majesty, I shall call him presently.
Pray God we may acquit him of suspicion.
I thank thee, Margaret. These words content me much. Oh, now? Why look'st thou pale? Well, where is our uncle? What's the matter, Suffolk?
Dead! In his bed! Oh, my sovereign, the Duke of Gloucester is dead!
Marry, God forfend!
Ah,
How fares my lord? Help, lords! Help! The king is dead! Oh, Henry! Open thine eyes!
he doth revive again. Madam, be patient.
Oh, heavenly God!
How fares my gracious lord?
A comfort, gracious sovereign Henry, a comfort.
What? Doth my lord of Suffolk comfort me? Hide not thy poison with such sugared words. Lay not thy hands on me, I say! Their touch affrights me as does a serpent's sting.
Why do you rate my lord of Suffolk thus?
Oh, woe is me for Gloucester, wretched man!
What? Dost thou turn away and hide thy head? Am I not queen? Shall Margaret have no comfort?
It is reported, mighty sovereign, that good Duke Humphrey is murdered.
That he is dead. Good Warwick, 'tis too true. Into his chamber, view his lifeless corpse.
That shall I do, my liege.
Oh, stay my thoughts. Some violent hands were laid on Humphrey's life.
Come hither, gracious sovereign. View this body. I do believe that violent hands were laid upon the life of this thrice famed Duke. See his face, staring full ghastly. It cannot be but that he was murdered here.
Why, Warwick? Who would do the Duke to death?
You avow Gloucester's foe. Where's your knife?
I wear no knife to slaughter sleeping men. Say it, if thou darest, proud Lord of Warwickshire, that I am faulty in Duke Humphrey's death.
Pernicious bloodsucker of sleeping men. I'll do some service to Duke Humphrey's ghost.
Why, how now, lords? Your wrathful weapon, drawn here in our presence, dare you be so bold?
My lord, unless Lord Suffolk straight be done to death, or banished fair England's territories, the people will, with violence, tear him from your palace and torture him with lingering death.
Oh, Henry, let me plead for gentle Suffolk.
Ungentle queen. To call him gentle Suffolk, no. No more, I say. If thou wilt plead for him, thou wilt but add increase unto my wrath. Suffolk, if after 3 days' space thou art found on any land that I am ruler of, the world will not be forfeit for thy life. Come, Warwick, go with me. I have great matters to impart to thee.
Miss Johnson, sorrow go along with you.
The plague be on them, and poison be their drink.
Enough! Sweet Suffolk, thou torments thyself. Give me thy hand. Get thee gone. I will repeal thee. Or if not, be assured your future is here in England.
A child! My child! A future King of England! Oh, let me stay. I must stay for the child and for your protection.
My mind says go, but my heart is with you. Stay, and befall what may befall.
No sooner had I crept out my cradle than I was made a king. I was never a subject who longed to be a king, as I do long and wish to be a subject. The Duke of York has come, and with a mighty army marches hitherward in proud array. What's the meaning of these arms? Yet may England curse my wretched reign.
Thus comes York to claim his right and pluck the crown from feeble Henry's head. Ring bells aloud, burn bonfires clear and bright. I am far better born than is the king. More like a king, more kingly in my thoughts. Yet, if Henry banished Suffolk, I would dismiss my powers. In all submission and humility, York that presents himself unto your highness.
I beg discourse to know the reason of these arms in times of peace. Why raise so great a power without your king's leave, or dare to bring such a force so near the court?
I raise an army to heed the traitor Suffolk from hence.
Not for 1,000 Yorks shall he hide his head, but boldly front him to his face.
How now? Is Suffolk at liberty? Shall I endure the sight of Suffolk? False king. King did I call thee? No, thou art not king, not fit to govern. That head of thine doth not become a crown. By heaven, thou shalt rule no more!
Monstrous traitor! I arrest thee, York, in the name of the king and the realm!
Call in my sons. I would have a look on this false king.
Call them hither, York, to see their traitor father.
Oh, outcast of Naples, England's bloody scourge.
Oh, I think I should go mad!
Sons, look on this mad king and his wayward mistress. Show me your lordship, Edward, against this twisted England.
Aye, father, if our words will serve.
Richard. Richard! Do you support your father?
Of course, noble lord. And if my brother's words will not serve, then my weapon surely shall.
I am thy king, and thou a false-heart traitor!
Seek not a division in my land. Oh, would that I were a peasant and no longer be town.
Hush, foolish husband. Call forth the bear of England to settle this. Bid Warwick come to me.
Why, Warwick, hast thy knee forgot to bow? Oh, where is faith? Oh, where is loyalty?
My lord, I have considered with myself the title of this most renowned duke, and in my conscience do repute his grace, the rightful heir to England's royal seat.
Hast thou not sworn allegiance unto me?
I have.
And canst thou dispense with heaven for such an oath?
It is a greater sin to keep a sinful oath.
A subtle traitor.
Call England's men and bid them arm themselves.
Call all the friends thou hast. I am resolved for death or dignity.
And so, to arms.
If not in heaven, you'll surely sup in hell.
To arms! To arms! To arms! Edmund's cries do fill the empty air. Warwick is hoarse in calling thee to arms. How now, noble lord? What? All afoot?
Oh, the deadly Suffolk slew my steed, but match to match I will incur to him.
Of one or both of us, the time is come.
Old Warwick, seek me out some other chase, for I myself must hunt this deer to death.
Then nobly, York, 'tis for a crown thou fight'st.
What seest thou in me, York? Why dost thou pause?
With thy brave bearing should I be in awe? But thou art my enemy! Must war have given thee peace. Thou art still. Peace with his soul, Evan. If it be thy will.
Shame and confusion. All is on the rout. Fear brings disorder, and disorder wounds. Oh, let the vile world end, with the flames of the last day, that earth and heaven together. My heart is turned to stone. Father's my unborn child. England will surely be yours.
Tell me, my love, what has happened here?
Away, my lord. You are too slow for such deeds, for shame, away!
Can we outrun the heavens? Gentle Margaret, stay.
We shall to London get, where you are loved. Where this breach now in our fortunes made may readily be stopped.
Oh, these happy days, not itself a happy turn. England is torn and a false king fled to London. Let us pursue him. What says Lord Warwick? Shall we after them?
After them? Nay, before them if we can. Now, by my faith, Lord, on this glorious day, you are York. Sound drums and trumpets all, and to London, all, more such days than these to us before! Tis well. I wonder how the king escaped our hands these 15 or so years.
Oh, while we pursued a horseman of the north, he stole away.
There was a fool's errand to think we could take so easily London. The folly of youth, eh, York?
Take not a heavy heart, Father. We've done great work here today.
Speak thou for me and tell them what I did. So I hope to shake King Henry's hand.
Speaks he would make his way out of London, spurred on by his queen to take back his lands. This could be the time we have waited for. English blood will flow unless Plantagenet, Duke of York, be king, and bashful Henry deposed.
Resolve thee, Richard, to take the English crown.
Duke of York, descend my throne, and kneel for grace and mercy at my feet. I am thy sovereign.
Will you give up your crown to my title? If not, our sword shall plead it in the field.
What title hast thou, traitor to the crown? Thy father was as thou art Duke of York. Thy grandfather, Roger Mortimer, Earl of March. I am the son of Henry V.
Father, tear the crown from this usurper's head. I can brook no more of his ill-gotten position.
Sweet Father, do so. Set the crown upon your own head.
Silence! Peace.
Peace thou, and give King Henry leave to speak. And thinkst thou that I will leave my kingly throne wherein my father and my grandsire sat? No. And yet, may you parley thus, not to resign the crown, rather pass it over. Richard Plantagenet shall not reign, but that your heirs should.
Do not be tempted, York.
Peace, my Lord of Warwick. York, let me for this my lifetime reign as king.
Confirm the crown to mine heirs, and thou shalt reign in quiet while thou livest.
I am content. Richard Plantagenet, your sons shall enjoy the kingdom after my decease.
This oath I willingly take and will perform.
Long live King Henry! Plantagenet, embrace him!
And long live thou, and these thy forward sons.
Now York and Lancaster are reconciled. Farewell, my gracious lord. I'll to my castle.
And I'll keep London with my soldiers.
Long may he reign.
And I, with grief and sorrow, to the court.
Henry!
Here comes the queen. Tiger shows in her eyes, I'll steal away.
What bargain have you made? What is this? To disinherit my son?
Oh, patience, Margaret, patience.
Who can be patient in such extremes? Wretched, wretched man! Thou hast proved so unnatural a father. Hath he deserved to lose his birthright thus? You have disinherited thine only son!
Pardon me, Margaret. Pardon me, sweet son. The Duke and the Earl of Warwick enforced me.
Enforced thee? Art thou a king and wilt be forced? It is shameful to hear thee speak. The northern laws that have forsworn thy colours will follow mine. Thus do I leave thee. Come, son, let's away. Our army is ready. Come, we'll after them.
But say, gentle Margaret, hear me speak.
Thou hast spoke too much already. Get thee gone.
though I be the youngest, give me leave to speak.
No. Richard, again. As you see, I am the better.
What is that? And now, what is your quarrel?
No quarrel, sir.
The crown of England, father, it is yours.
My boy! Not till King Henry be dead.
Your right depends not on his life or death.
I took an oath that he should quietly reign, but for a kingdom, any oath may be broken. I would break 1,000 oaths to reign but 1 year, so to arms, I say, father!
Father, do but think how sweet a thing it is to wear a crown upon thy head!
Father, I'm Richard! Enough. But stay, what news? Why comest thou in such post?
My lord, the Queen with all the northern earls and lords intend here to besiege you in your castle. She is hard by, 20,000 men.
Edward and Richard, you shall stay with me.
I hear their drums. Let's set our men in order and issue forth and bid them battle straight!
Queen hath got the field. My sons, God knows what hath bechanced them.
Brave warriors, come! Make him stand upon this molehill here. What? Was it you that would be England's king? Huh. Where are your mess of sons to back you now? The wanton Edward, and that crook, that prodigy, Dickie, your boy. Look, York, I stained this napkin with the blood made issue from the bosom of your boys. I give thee this to dry thy cheek withal. York cannot speak unless he wears a crown. A crown for York. And lords, bow low to him. Hold you his hands while I do set it on. I marry, sir. Now he looks like a king. Off with the crown. And with the crown, his head too. And whilst we do breathe, take time to do him dead.
Open thy gate of mercy, gracious God. My soul flies through these wounds to seek out thee.
Off with his head and set it on the gates of York. Thus York may overlook the town of York.
I wonder if our princely father escaped. Had he been taken, we should have heard the news. Had he been slain, we should have heard the news. How fares my brother? Why does he look so sad?
Some dreadful story hanging on my tongue. A woeful tale. The Duke of York, our father, is slain.
Speak no more. I've heard too much.
I will say more. I will tell it all, for I will say how he died. By many hands our father was subdued, but only slaughtered by the unrelenting arm of ireful Queen Margaret, who laughed in his face and then took his head.
Noble Duke of York, now thou art gone, my soul's palace is become a prison.
I cannot weep. To weep is to make less the depth of grief. Tears then for babes, blows and revenge for me. Richard, I bear thy name, I'll venge thy death.
His name, I, that noble Duke, hath left with thee. His title and his seat with me is left.
But would thou knowest what to do with a title,
What
brother?
fair lords? What fair? What news abroad?
Oh, valiant lord, the Duke of York is slain.
By whose hand?
By the witch queen of France.
Ah! Hell hath no sin for one such as she. Come, join with me. For in the marches we will make another fight, and warlike Warwick shall be your champion. The proud, insulting queen and her coward king shall answer for their treachery.
Aye, now methinks I hear great Warwick speak.
Lord Warwick, on thy shoulder will I lean.
King of England, shalt thou be proclaimed. Sound the trumpets and about our task.
And strike up drums. God and St. George for us.
Ah!
Welcome, my lord, to the brave town of York. Yonder's the head of that arch enemy that sought to be encompassed with your crown. Doth not the object cheer your heart, my lord?
To see this sight, it irks my very soul.
My lord, cheer up your spirits. Our foes are nigh. You promised a knighthood to our forward son. Unsheathe your sword and dub him presently. Edward, kneel down.
Edward, arise a knight. And learn this lesson well. Draw not thy sword unless it be in right of valour, courage, for honour and virtue.
My gracious father, by your kingly leave, I'll draw it for the crown.
Royal commanders, be in readiness, for with a band of 30,000 men come Warwick and Edward, Duke of York, and the townsfolk, as they do march along, proclaim him king, and many fly to him.
My lord, leave us to our fortune.
Why, that's my fortune too. Therefore I'll stay.
Be it then with resolution to fight.
Unsheath your sword, good father. Cry St. George!
Now, urgent Henry, wilt thou kneel for grace and set thy crown upon my head?
Away, you traitor!
Ah, 'twas you that killed mighty York, was not?
Gladly and willingly.
What sayst thou, Henry? Wilt thou yield the crown?
Why, how now, long-tongued Warwick, dare thou speak?
If thou deny their blood on thy head, be it devil woman.
Sound trumpets, let our bloody colours wave, and either victory or else a grave.
Or spent with toil am I lay me down a little while for to breathe, for strokes received and blows repaid and rob my strength, and must I rest a while? How now, my lord? What hope of good?
Our ranks are broke, and ruin follows us. What counsel give you? Whither shall we fly?
Ah, Warwick, why hast thou withdrawn thyself?
We are lost. We must fly this place. The witch queen is too strong.
What irregular words are these? Fly, withdraw? These are not the words of
The
kings.
king knows when to save his strength.
You would
and
do well to...
Here, on my knee, I vow to God above, I shall never pause again, never stand still, till either death have closed these eyes of mine, or fortune given me a measure of revenge.
Lord Warwick, I do bend my knee with thine, and with this soul, it is now changed to thine. Lords, come, take leave until we meet again, wheresoe'er it be, in heaven or in earth.
Brother, give me thy hand. And noble Warwick, let me embrace thee with weary arms.
Away! Away! Once more! Sweet lords, farewell.
This battle sours. Here on this hill will I sit me down. My queen hath chid me from the battle, swearing they'd prosper best of all when I am thence. When I were dead. So many hours must I tend my flock? It is too much for one king to bear. The shepherd. Ah, what a life were this. How sweet. How lovely. Shepherds look on their silly sheep while kings fear their subjects' treachery. Oh, piteous spectacle. Oh, bloody times. Woe above woe, grief more than common grief. Would that my death would stay these ruthful deeds. The red rose and the white. The fatal colours of our striving houses. With the one, let the other flourish. Entertain one or the other, and 1,000 lives must wilt.
Fly, father, fly! For all your friends hath fled, and Warwick rages like a chafed bull. Away, for death doth hold us in pursuit.
Mount you, my lord, towards Berwick. Edward and Richard, like a brace of greyhounds, are at our backs, and therefore haste.
Nay, take me with thee, good sweet wife. Oh.
My son!
This is too easy, boy.
Sting in my right side. I, 10,000 in this luckless realm. No way to fly. No strength to hold out flight.
Now breathe, we lords! Good fortune bids us forth! And smooth these frowns of war with peaceful looks. Some troops pursue the bloody-minded queen. Her son was mortally wounded.
Now, brother Richard, mine marked him for the grave. But wheresoever he is, he's surely dead.
Whose soul is that, which takes a heavy leave?
'Tis a deadly groan, like life and death's departing.
See who it is, and now the battle's ended, if friend or foe, let him be gently used.
Oh, revoke that doom of mercy, for it is the witch queen's son!
Speak, Prince Edward! Dost thou know who speaks to thee? Where is your mother?
He cannot speak. Perhaps I must speak for him. Fly, father, fly, for we are weak and stupid. Or where is Captain Margaret to defend you now? Still, he does not tell. Perhaps he wants to dance.
Do not mock the dead, Richard, for clearly the life has left him.
Oh, why not, noble Warwick? Have we not time for fun and games? Not all of life is war.
The king is fled. Margaret is in retreat. Her son is dead. We must to London, there to be crowned England's royal king.
Richard? Richard? Let him be. Richard, listen to your king!
King? Yes. You are king now, brother.
Richard, I will create the Duke of Gloucester.
Let me be Duke of Clarence. I think this better.
That is a foolish observation. Richard be Duke of Gloucester. Now to London. Shall we go?
How Margaret must strike her sail. I was great Albion's queen, and now mischance had trod my title down, and with dishonour on the ground. My son! My son! Where is my son? Dead and done. Oh, my beautiful boy. My issue gone. My purpose lost. Cursed be the red rose and the white! For all of England, I cannot win this fight. What fortune follows us now? Our people and our peers are both misled. Our treasures seized, our soldiers put to flight, and ourselves, once regal, now in heavy plight. I'll away to France to seek a fortune new, but nothing now will keep me here. I'll leave foul England deep in the mire, its future tangled like this briar. To end, Margaret will fly. Set sail. The time is nigh.
From Baton am I stolen to greet my own land once again? No. Harry, 'tis no land of thine. No bending knee would call thee Caesar now. No humble suitors pressed to speak for right. How can I help them and not myself? My son is dead. And the Queen hath gone to France for aid. What will become of me? King? No.
Who goes there?
Oh, no one. A man. Just a man.
Thou talk'st as if thou wert a king. But if thou art a king, where is thy crown?
My crown is in my heart, not on my head.
You were the king that was! The king deposed!
I was anointed king at 9 months old. My father and my grandfather were kings, and you were sworn true subjects unto me. And tell me then, have you not forgot your oaths?
No. For we were loyal subjects, but while you were king.
Why am I dead? Do I not breathe like a man? Huh?
We are loyal subjects to the king, King Edward, and as his loyal subjects, sworn in allegiance, we will apprehend you in his name. I arrest you in the name of the king and the crown and charge you to go with us unto the officers.
Oh, not even a shepherd's life for me.
Arise, brother. Gloucester, closest to the king. May civil brawls be now at an end.
Huzzah! Huzzah! Huzzah!
Gracious lord, Henry, your foe, is taken and brought prisoner here at the palace gate.
This news greets us like the rising of a new sun. See that he be conveyed unto the tower. Now that he be captured, there is but no one to fear. All are one and loyal to me. Kingdom is healed.
Long live the king! Why then do I but dream on sovereignty? like one who stands upon a promontory and spies a far-off shore where he would tread, chiding the sea that sunders him from thence, wishing his foot were equal to his eye. So too do I wish the crown, being so far off. What a cruel jest of my youth to shrink my arm like a withered shrub, to make an endless mountain on my back where sits deformity to mock my body, to shape my legs of an unequal size, to disproportion me in every part. Then, since this earth affords no joy to me, I'll make my heaven to dream upon the crown. And from this torment will I free myself, or hew my way out with a bloody axe. Good day, my lord.
So does the harmless sheep yield his fleece and run his throat onto the butcher's knife?
What, sir? Are you mad?
Oh, come me with thy weapon, not with thy words. My breast can better brook a dagger's point than can my ears a tragic history. But wherefore dost thou come? Is for my life?
Sirrah, think'st thou I am an executioner?
A persecutor? I am sure thou art.
Thy son. Thy son I killed. For his presumption!
Thy mother felt more than a mother's pain! And yet, brought forth less than a mother's hope. To wit, an indigested and deformed lump.
I'll hear no more, fallen king. Die in thy speech!
I am for much more slaughter after this. God forgive my sins and pardon thee. May Edward's reign sit more comfortable than my own.
Edward. Edward. My brother. The king. See how my blade weeps for the poor king's death. Would that it would always cry such tears for those that would wish the downfall of my house. If any spark of life be yet remaining, down, down to hell, and say I sent thee thither! I, that have neither love, nor pity, nor fear. Then, since heaven hath shaped my body so, let hell make crooked my mind to answer it. Edward. Edward. My brother. The king. I have no brother. I am like no brother. I am myself, alone. And Edward should be fearful of his life. Brother, thy turn is next. I shall not rest, counting myself but bad till I be best. I'll throw thy body in another room and triumph, Henry, in thy day of doom.
Once more we sit on England's royal seat, repurchased with the blood of enemies. Thus have we swept suspicion from our seat and made our footstool of security.
All hail King Edward, fourth of that name.
Hail, King Edward!
And now I'm seated as my soul delights, having my country's peace and my brother's love. Sound drums and trumpets, for here, I hope, begins our lasting joy.
Huzzah! Huzzah! Huzzah!
And cried, all hail did I, when I meant all harm. On a knife point, cry, all hail Richard.